Breathing heavily, the world seems to slow down as Arthur took in the devastation surrounding him. He may have had the element of surprise, but Lot had recovered well. His men were fighting hard, and their sheer number were beginning to show. So many of Arthur's men that day were injured that he thought perhaps he should call for a retreat. Suddenly, the air filled with the sound of a war hold. Arthur turned to see his ally, King Ben, and his brother, Bors, riding to join them. With a renewed sense of hope, Arthur turned to the battle. Surely it would not last long now. Chapter 4. 4 days later, the battle was still raging. Without King Ben's army, Arthur knew he would have been forced to admit defeat already. Many good men had lost their lives, and many more were injured. Bendavid had lost a hand to King Lot himself. Those too hurt to carry on fighting were being tended to by Merlin. Your Majesty, Merlin began, as he tended to Arthur's own wounds. We are too evenly matched. Perhaps it is time to call a parley with King Lot and the other kings. Call a parley? Arthur shook his hand, weary. They will consider it is a sign of weakness. It might even give them more confidence to carry on. Merlin met his gaze. Majesty, they are not stupid men. They know as well as you do that they cannot carry on fighting. They too know that they would be leading many more good men to the slaughter. And if they agree to negotiate, then what? Would you have me to agree to their demands? Would you have King Lot rule Britain instead of me? No, sighed. But if you ask them again to accept you as their king, they will. Arthur frowned. That doesn't sound like Lot. Lot, in particular, is desperate for this war to end. If we give him the choice, he will accept, and the others will follow. You're sure of this? I am. Arthur knew better than to question Howard. He pulled on his tunic to leave the tent. Then I will send a message. The war ends tonight. Nimrod pawed at the ground as Arthur watched King Lot and the 10 other kings riding towards him. They were all armed, but none reached for their weapons. As they came to a stop before him, Lot was a big man with wild red hair and a big bush beard. A roughly stitched cut on his forehead still oozed blood, and he looked as weary as Arthur felt. You asked to meet with us, he stated gruffly, still refusing to use Arthur's loyal title.